Okay, so I've committed to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of my weight loss journey. Yesterday was ugly. It was messy. But before I start to explain, I just want to remind everyone we listen and we don't judge. Right, now that we've got that out of the way, my poor little doggy has a gastro vomiting bug. And not last night, but the night before, we were up for hours, ended up having to take her to emergency. She had to have an injection to stop her from vomiting and some opiates to help with pain. I thought, okay, all good and well. She's a bit of a scavenger. She's a bit naughty. Brought her home. We slept for a couple of hours. It was great. She was like relieved because for hours she was just so unwell. And I kept thinking, it's going to stop, it's going to stop. It didn't. We got the injection. It did stop. She got some sleep and was resting. So the next morning, which was yesterday, we woke up. I thought, okay, we're turning a corner. All's going to be fine. And then let her out to go to the toilet. And what can only be described as a bloodbath. Miss Margot had been pooping. And I don't mean like just a little poop. I mean shooting out her bottom blood. So not just a spot on poo. It was a bloodbath. It was horrendous. I won't show you a photo. Anyway, so this is my little baby. And I thought, oh my God, she's dying. Called the vets, got her in for an emergency appointment. Anyway, so it turns out she's got some kind of gastro vomiting thing. And because she'd been vomiting and pooping so much, like the lining of her intestines was coming out a bit. And apparently it's quite common. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I've had dogs my whole life. It really did look like she was dying. So the vet said put her on a drip. She needs to stay overnight because she wasn't eating or drinking. She's really miserable. She's in a lot of pain. She was like crying. So put her into the vets yesterday morning to stay overnight last night, and so that they could pump her with antibiotics, painkillers, fluids, and keep an eye on her all night. Got a call this morning. She's doing really well. I can pick her up later today. She's eating. All is well. But I'm giving you this context to then describe what I did yesterday. Anyone that's been on a weight loss journey knows that it's a commitment you make to yourself every day. There's no superhuman willpower strength. For me, it's tracking my food, keeping myself in a calorie deficit, still eating things I enjoy. But so that means that there's no special force field of protection to having a bad day or going back to bad habits, which is exactly what I did yesterday. So because I was upset and had an emotional void to fill, I filled it. I did so with bread products. I ate 8 pieces of bread throughout the day, which I think might be like half a loaf. I smattered those bits of bread with butter without measuring a single gram of that butter. I ate 2 crumpets, again with butter and some peanut butter and some honey. And that's all I wanted to eat was bread products. And that's not to say that's all I ate. It wasn't. I then also ate other food on top of that. But in between, I was just shoving this bread down my throat. Now, I wasn't hungry. I wasn't actually hungry. And I knew it while I was doing it. But I didn't care. And I didn't want to stop myself. I also got some muesli. I mean, it's ridiculous that I'm saying that that's a blowout having muesli. But I mean, like, I had almost a whole bowl of muesli when, you know, they say like... a portion is like 25 grams. I think I had like 250 grams and it was delicious. Then as though to pretend like I was having a normal day, I ate some fruit. I had this Korean dish that I'd previously prepared that like comes out at like 1 point. So I smugly ate that. Smugly? Is that even a word? I was smug and I ate that as though... Look at me eating my 1 point dinner. I went scavenging into my treats bowl. Now, to be fair, most of these treats are low in points, but not when you eat like 10 of them. Anyway, so that was my day. We listen, we don't judge. I put a line under it this morning. I can go pick up my little pudding later today. I've acknowledged I was emotionally eating. I mean, what else can you do? You can't turn back the clock. And also, like, I'm just not going to beat myself up about it. I know enough now about this weight loss journey to know that we do the best we can. And if we haven't had a great day, like yesterday, next day, wake up, put a line under it, move on. So if you're struggling, for potentially just because it's December, know that you're not alone. If you've had a particularly bad day, and I don't want to call them a bad day, just messy, if you've just overeaten, if you know that you've gone above and beyond what your body actually requires in terms of calories, then so what? It's not going to derail the entire process. It's not going to make you put on every kilo you've ever lost. And that's it. That's all I've got to share, guys. I don't know where it takes you. I don't know if this is helpful. Just don't feel alone. And, December's tough, and don't beat yourself up about it.